Hello everyone, the Klaus here, and today guys I'm gonna review one of the 6 star sets released in the first wave of 2010 and also the last wave of Bionicle sets. And today it's gonna be Rahkshi stars, so you may know that the Rahkshi were canisters, were the second wave of 2003 in the canisters set. So I will do it in 2003, and this time it's a yellow one, but we're gonna see that later. So of course it's a star, so you have the stars canister with the stars lead with the little square maze symbol right there, so interesting. This lead is yellow because the color of this set is yellow, as I said earlier, I think. Bionicle, Rahkshi, stars, so nothing really interesting. The Rahkshi itself right there. On the background you got the golden O, and of course on his feet you got some sands. And here you have the parts you're gonna have in this set to make the golden armor for Tau, and this is his part. So it's a Bionicle shield we colored in the new gold color from 2006. We turn the canisters, and then of course here you got Tau in his golden armors, and every star set release, and of course the one you have in fact, with the parts and where it goes on the set. The biocard and the fact you can put Rahkshi in his canister, but it's quite hard with his pin, so seriously you have to pull this off to make him enter in the canister. At least I have to. Maybe you have found a solution to make it to put it in his canister with all its parts, but I think it's quite impossible. And now for the instrument booklet, so of course we have the two same pictures, so the group shot of all the star set. And these pictures like the back, in fact, of the canister with the golden armor on Tau. You have to build this in 12 steps. The part list and no ads this time. No ads for Ben 10 or anything like that. And now for the set itself. So we're gonna set armorless and headless first. So as you can see, the main color scheme, as I said earlier, is dark gray and yellow. So yellow is a kit orange color. It's not the old school yellow with, for example, you can find in Beetle or in the Canwa set, on the Miracle set, excuse me. This is the new kit orange. So I think yes, this part were released before. All this part, the bodies, this one, I think this one was released before. I'm not really sure, but this one was released in Q-Up 2008, so nothing very new. The ends also were released with Matanui in 2009, so nothing new. The only new recorded part, I think, is this one, of course, which is the Cardatawan foot, with, of course, some cloud foot, which are in this time in yellow kit orange. And which look pretty nice like that. And now, of course, we're gonna continue the building. So first of all, we're gonna have to make some scroll type of body frame. So this means we're gonna have this part which was used in 2008 to link the Matawan to the Torah. Link that here, and then we're gonna put this part. I'm not sure this one was released before in this color, this arm, but well, and also this part which is a new connector from 2008, but this time in trans orange, so the same trans orange which was used as the first Rahkshi eyes, in fact. Remember there were connectors in trans orange for the eyes, and well, it's the same color, so really interesting. It's just the fact that the connectors, of course, it's a new mold, it's a new connector mold from 2008. So here we go, but you can see it's still legs of his spines and his spear, so we're gonna see that right now. So first of all, you got the spines, which is it's molded into just one part. You have the head, it's all in soft plastic, also you can notice, because you can do that with the head. Also notice the little axle right here, which will be useful later. And well, it's the same, also kind of the same. It's the same spine, I have to say, or the same back, and different type of spine right here. And also notice the fact that these are silvers and the color is yellow. And also we're gonna have to put again this part right here to link it to the back of the body. So we're gonna start right now. So you have the connector right there. We're gonna put the head in there. Here you can also notice the little holes in the spine, which will be useful, in fact, to hide yes, the ball joint right there. So unlike the square stars, which you can see in which you can see the ball joint, and we're just gonna have to put these two parts like this. and it's done. And finally, guys, the spear. So of course, long axle, nothing really new. It's the same size, I think, as the previous Rahkshi set. And this time it's gonna be the weapon gonna be in fact the blue Rahkshi from the blue Rahkshi set. So nothing really new. No new mod. In fact, it's the same as the blue one. And we are done with this set, or at least with the construction of this set. So I'm going to do a turn around of this one. And now talking of the articulation, which is not really that good at all. So we can turn him a little on the side, not really down because it's blocked by this part, and kind of up, but again quite hard to make him looking up. So we can't really do anything with the head. We got 2 ball joints per arms, but not really useful in fact because first of all, of course, you will find these dreados already 90 degrees bended parts right here, so it's really limits the articulation. And then of course it's a spear, so the guys hold it with his 2 hands, so this means that the 2 arms are dependent, are linked together kind of, so you can't really do that tons of pose with the spear. By the way, but it was the same problem with it's always the same problem with all the characters who got spears. We can do still some pose like that, which quite looks nice, but it's really limited, of course. Excuse me. And now for the legs, excuse me, we got 2 ball joints, so nothing really new. 2 ball joints, so it's pretty well articulated, like that. And I'm gonna maybe put this in this way. Yeah, like that. And that's all, guys, for the Rahkshi Star set, I think. So what I have to say about this one, so first of all, in terms of color scheme, it's quite good, even if it's mainly new dark gray, so nothing really, it's kind of bland, but the yellow kit orange looks quite good with the dark gray. We have seen that, we have already seen that with for example, Kitongu, or at least Kawapa, so nice color scheme, maybe not that much of yellow, but still not that much of kit orange, excuse me, but still looking good. The overall shape again is also quite good, apart maybe from this shoulder, because the way it was not the case on the first Rahkshis, and this time they are really well, they are kind of well, they are heighter. I don't think you say heighter, but they are more. Oh well, just forget. Just their position when you compare to the head, it's quite looks strange, I have to say, and I'm not really a fan of this part. Also in terms of overall design, I have to say that I don't really like this spine, because they are all, in fact, all straight up like that. It doesn't really try to follow the shape of the back. It just like this, just straight up on this. It doesn't really try to follow the curves of the back, and it's really a shame for me, because it quite look. Well, if you look on the side, it really looks blocky. So well, not really a good aesthetic, I have to say. And I think that's all for the overall design, because apart from this tall problem, it's quite look good, and this one part with the head and spines quite look, well, at least well done, apart from the spine I have said earlier. And also the clothes looking good and stuff like that. The cloth fit, excuse me, the cloth foot. No, fit, yeah. So that's all for the overall design. And in terms of articulation, also it's quite bad, because of course it's got a spear, so of course, well, you just have of course to put this off, but in his original mode, you can't really do that tons of pose. And the same goes for the head this time, because it's blocked by this part, so of course you can't really turn in the way you want, but it was only, I think, it was already a little problem on the first Rahkshi, but well, yeah, the first Rahkshi were released in 2003, so you think they may have evolved in 7 years, but no, not at all. So they decided to do kind of a limited articulation on the head section. And apart from this overall design and execution problem, it's a pretty decent set, I have to say. Looking nice and all kind of original in comparison to, it's quite original in comparison to other stars. The body frame is quite interesting because it will use the Squall one without failing this time, because the Squall, you see the ball joint and it was really, there were really empties everywhere. This one quite look better, I have to say. So see, apart from that, it's a good set, but I'm not really a fan of it. But of course, if you have your own opinion on this set, feel free to post it in the comment section. And that's all, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask them, and I will try to answer them, of course. And well, that's all. So see you later for another Bionicle video reviews. Bye bye.